We include all the sides so you can make a choice in what you read and say and what appears on your wall. And we respect your privacy and don't sell your data. RightToVoice.com. It's the only place where you'll get all the news. It's usually one click to join, so check us out today. RightToVoice.com. We don't push aside. That's right, the number 2, and voice. We don't push aside. We include all the sides so you can make a choice in what you read and say and what appears on your wall. And we respect your privacy and don't sell your data. RightToVoice.com.
The front-running Democratic White House candidate flips his stance on an abortion law. Here's USA Radio Network's Chris Barnes.
Former Vice President, now presidential contender Joe Biden, changing his stance about what's called the Hyde Amendment, which bans using federal health care money to pay for abortions. After years of support of that policy, he tells a crowd in Atlanta on Thursday night,
"If I believe health care is a right as I do, I can no longer support an amendment that makes that right dependent on someone's zip code."
Explaining he changed his position because of recently passed abortion restrictions by several Republican-controlled states.
Walmart is announcing an in-home grocery service that will bring groceries right to the shoppers' refrigerators. Starting this fall, Walmart will offer the service in Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and Vero Beach, Florida. The retail giant says it will learn and scale the option across the United States, but that timeline is yet to be determined. This is USA Radio News.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290, 800-965-1290.
The TSA has been allowing illegal aliens to fly without providing any forms of identification. Since December of 2018, the TSA has permitted illegal aliens released from custody to board domestic flights without having any of the 15 forms of identification that are typically required for air travel. The TSA is saying these folks are allowed to fly as long as they provide the Form I-862, which is a notice to appear for coming here illegally, in essence. Brandon Judd, president of the National Border Patrol Council, reacts to this news on Fox News.
I was just in RGV and I was processing these people. And what we do is we give them travel documents. But along with those travel documents, you should have to show some sort of government ID. And that's not happening.
Judd continues.
You don't have to allow them on airplanes. Again, you have to look at where the threat could be. We could put them on buses. We could allow them to travel on buses. We don't have to allow them on airplanes, which is what we're doing.
Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan is reacting after a Russian warship nearly collided with a U.S. Navy vessel. He says they're going to launch a formal protest over the incident with the Russian Navy.
The news of this morning is beyond disappointing. The unsafe, unprofessional acts certainly put our men and women at risk.
Please remember, you can find us online at usaradio.com or on Facebook at USA Radio. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
It's 8:05.
She's crude, often misconstrued, and is actually a dude. Welcome to Life's a Drag. Say hi to New Hampshire's 2018 Entertainer of the Year. Your hostess with the mostest, Monique Too Soon.
Hi, you are listening to Life's a Drag. My name is Monique Too Soon, and this is one of those circumstances where I'm actually a dude.
Wow.
I know, I had to be a dude tonight. I am here joined by my co-host, Patricia Mullaney. Oh, I'm sorry, Patricia Hurley.
It's official now, so you better do it.
Yeah, when you start calling me a woman and Monique Too Soon, then I'll start responding to Hurley.
Really?
Really? Because you still call me Rob like every 5 seconds when I'm in drag.
You were Rob to me.
I should be a lot more than Rob.
Yo, my man.
Caitlin's running late tonight. She is going to be on the show, but she had a client that wanted the complete change and decided it was going to take a little while. So she will be here at some point, but filling in for her is our intern, Joey LeBlanc.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm so excited Joe's doing the show tonight.
I can't even stand it. I'm like giddy. You should be over here so they can see you. They
who's
can
gonna
see
press the
all
buttons?
Oh yeah,
show.
because Caitlin's gonna show up.
Oh, that's
He
true.
would have to like move, and it would just be so awkward.
Well, you can see his head.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
The back of it.
Yeah.
That's all they need to know. They don't actually need to know what Joe looks like. Let's leave it a surprise.
It's like mystery.
Even though
He
they've seen
really
him
is
before.
mysterious anyway.
So mysterious. So Monique is here with us, but I had to be a dude. But I decided to bring Monique. She's here in cardboard form. She still looks great.
I feel like emotionally, Monique is always in cardboard form.
That's true. I am pretty cardboard.
Hmm.
That's my personality too.
I know.
Crunchy, hard to bend.
Crunchy. You're not crunchy. Crunchy's like earthy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not earthy.
No.
Heck no. I love deodorant.
I don't think that's the only thing that makes someone crunchy or earthy.
They eat trail mix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. Deodorant and trail mix. You nailed it.
I know.
Mhm.
They love to hike.
I love to hike.
You earthy woman.
I really am.
So I am not in drag, and the reason being is tomorrow I am going to be a human book in the human library at the Chelmsford Public Library. And I will be there in drag, and I have to be there at 8 a.m. in full drag. Do you know what that means?
That means you're going to be crazy. I can't say that word. You're going to be really irritated and annoyed in the morning. Then I'm going to have to put up with you.
No, actually, you know what? I'll probably wake up in like the best mood ever.
You have never woken up in the best mood ever.
That's true. I'm not going to be in a good mood in the morning, but by the time I get there, I'll be amazing and ready.
Well, it's such a great idea. I want to meet the person that came up with this idea. It's so unique.
It's not the only place they've done it. It's something that's going around the country, just like Drag
Oh.
Queen Story Hour.
Well, then never mind.
Yeah, so I'll be the only, obviously, drag queen at this event, but there are, I think, like 10 or 12-ish other people who are going to be human books as well.
And why did you invite me? Am I your bodyguard?
You're my manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're my manager. You need to wear like a business suit, and when I like be like you, whenever I say anything, you need to be like, I'm right on top of that, Rose.
Do you want me to yell at people when they like interrupt you or try and walk in front of you? Like, do you know who this is?
Exactly. Or when they try to touch my cardboard cutout.
And I can try and get like a bigger fee for you for showing up.
I'm not even getting paid.
Oh,
but
okay.
you could demand that
if
I get
you
like,
$1, that means I did my job.
exactly. And you could be like, I need food to go. I need drink tickets.
Yeah, he's gonna need some French fries and a margarita.
Yeah, and it's the public library, so they better have margaritas.
I think every public library has margaritas
Why haven't I been going to the library?
because you can't read.
No, I'm not.
You're
wel-
practically
I'm not
illiterate.
welcome there anymore after the library event last month.
Last month? You mean in January?
I know, it feels like last month. This week, I was asked to give a speech at Pride.
That's so exciting.
It is very exciting, but it adds another thing to my list that I have to get done in the next 3 weeks.
I can write it for you.
I don't want to I'm not a president. I can write my own speech.
No.
You know,
Can you?
most of them don't write their own speeches.
Can you?
Yeah, I'm a really good writer.
Really?
I wrote a book. It's called Fell from the Floor.
Poor Danny.
Yeah, it's a book about my husband. If you are listening on Facebook, could you please share the video? We are now live from our Life's a Drag page, and we want to spread the word. So please share the video. Share.
Share.
Did you have anything exciting happen with you this week?
No, not really. I mean, your husband embarrassed me, but that was about it.
Yeah, by telling the guy you've been looking at on Facebook that you've been stalking him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe something will come out of it. Maybe you guys will.
I don't think
get
anything's
married
going to
and
come out
have
of it
children.
besides me being horrified that someone out there thinks that I'm desperate and stalker when I.
You mean
know,
someone else?
someone else? Who am I stalking?
There's so many people.
Oh, you know what I did do this week?
Oh.
I researched dating sites because I wanted to see what Farmers Only was about, and they're really strange. Like I was reading an article that did set up fake profiles, and they said that Farmers Only, like not one of the people that they matched with was an actual farmer or had anything to do with farming or knew anything about the farm life.
I wouldn't think so. I would think they would just be like maybe more like country people, like people who are into country music or cowboy hats. Not really actual.
Like crunchy people.
Those aren't really crunchy.
No, I was the only reason I was entertaining the idea of letting you do this is because I wanted to like meet someone that I could like go to their house and play with the goats.
You can come play with my goats. I just got them yesterday.
You don't have any goats.
I know. I'm just trying to get you to my house.
You don't have to do that. I'll go over to your house anytime.
But if there's goats, you're coming quicker.
Yeah, if there's goats, I'm not leaving. That's the point.
So you'll have luggage when you show up.
Just in case.
That would be amazing.
I can send Danny down to my place and he can raise Zaylin and Connor and you and I can just stay at the house.
With the goats.
With the goats.
That would be kind of cute. They could live in the house with us.
Oh, yes.
I could be like, totes my goats.
Besides that, really, nothing.
No.
I'm boring this week.
Joe, have you ever been on a dating website?
I've never met up with anyone from a dating website, but
Which one were you on?
I used Tinder for like a week. and
Isn't
then-
that like the hookup app?
Yeah, but I didn't really do much with it. So.
Oh, you didn't? Mhm.
Boring.
Let's check his search history.
Everyone I met on Plenty, did Plenty of Fish years ago, like 5-6 years ago, and everyone I met was married.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty gross out there.
When I was single, the only thing we had was like AOL chat rooms, and they had like a limit on how many people could be in them. And
I remember the chat room.
do you remember? And then someone would private message you, and you'd go like, "Oh my god, I'm getting a private message."
I used to pretend to be somebody else. I was never myself
You
when
were
I
a
did
catfisher?
that. I was a wicked catfisher. Mhm.
You're like, "Hi, my name is Linda. I have long brunette hair, a size 2 waist."
Oh boy, that is a lie.
Oh, that's one of the numbers.
Oh no, thank you. And my hair is getting longer.
It is. I can't wait until it's in a ponytail again.
I wore a ponytail today.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to do your roots before Pride.
I know.
I need
But I
to
want
get
to
you
wait
in.
till like the very last, almost the last minute, because I'm still trying to grow it out and I don't want to keep messing with it.
Yeah, speaking of Pride, the show at Martha's is pretty much almost sold out. It is getting really, really low, and it is highly recommended that you get your tickets ASAP because I don't think they're going to last the next week. I think they're going to be completely gone by the end of next week.
Have you told everybody to email you if they want to sit together?
Not yet. I don't do that until the tickets are sold out.
Oh, okay.
I don't do table reservations until the week of the show.
Okay.
So we have a couple more weeks for table reservations. If you do email me now, I might forget, and then you won't have a table.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I don't save any of that stuff yet. I wait until I have to do the table reservations.
You should really save it. You should really just jot it down on a piece of paper if people are
Do you know
taking
what
their
happens
time.
when I jot things down on a piece of paper? My son takes them and throws them in the trash.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Or my dog eats them.
Which one?
All of them. They've all had poopies this week.
Really?
Yeah, except for Gorge.
I don't know that this is the topic of conversation for a radio show. We're not sitting in your living room right now. Just to let you
Yeah, we
know.
are. This isn't my living room. Oh my god. Yeah, so the tickets for Pride are at www.modingtoosoon.com. They are $20 for regular tickets and $30 for VIP. The VIP tickets are going to get you the meet and greet and Q&A with the queens,
Mhm.
which is going to be private. We'll be kicking everyone out that's not a VIP.
We should do like a segment where you can have a meet and greet with me, the co-host. I think that would just the money would rain.
You would have one person at your meet and greet.
I know.
Shout out to Kaylee.
I love you, Kaylee. Thank you.
I had 3 clients today tell me that they listen to our show on a regular basis.
Really?
One of them was Kathy with AC.
Okay.
I told her I'd give her a shout out.
Oh God.
Auntie Kathy, thank you for listening. She was in the salon telling me I had great cakes.
She was lying.
No, she wasn't. I do have great cakes. I mean, it's because I'm chunky.
I no matter what size I am, I don't have cakes.
I have bunt cakes.
I have no cakes. I have pancakes.
Oh,
Mhm.
you have flapjacks.
Yep. If I could take some of the front and put it in the back, I would be the perfect woman.
Dead silence.
Okay, maybe I would need some work up here too, but you know what I'm saying.
Do they do surgery on ankles? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was talking about cankles with my boss the other day.
Oh my
She was
God.
calling them cackles.
Cackles.
And I was like, what's wrong with you?
Cankles, cackles. That's all the same.
No, it's not.
So yeah, the tickets are available now. Get them quick. And we're going to be putting another show on sale in 2 weeks for the Pasta Loft next month. So I'm waiting until these tickets sell out before I even announce the cast, but I am going to have a good cast.
Don Smith said $40 for Patty. Bam.
Don
That's
Smith,
what I'm talking
Don
about.
Smith, you'll have to clean her puke up out of the
I
sink
know.
again.
I know. One time.
Don Smith, I actually want to have as a guest on the radio one night, and she is going to come, but she needs to send me her schedule.
Oh, I thought you were. I
Hint,
thought you
hint,
were
hint,
just
hint, hint.
about to say that she wasn't going to come because I was here and I was going to be horrified.
No, she's going to tell all your stories.
No.
As the 313 security guard.
Oh my god!
The
I
night
got
you
into
slept
a
in bark
lot of
mulch.
trouble there.
I know.
You
I
were
remember-
the security guard?
No.
That is the security guard that had to pick up
yeah.
Patty's vomit, had to hold her hair back while she puked.
That was one time, first of all. But one time I showed up there and I was in line and literally one of the security guys was like, "Oh God!" When he saw me, I was like, "Hi,
Yeah, well,
gonna have some fun tonight."
the reason that happened was because one night, it was actually my birthday party. Patty decided to get obliterated drunk, and we couldn't find her when the club closed.
I like to go on walkabouts.
Like, she disappeared, and we were driving down the road screaming Patty out the window. And then at like 5 a.m, I get a phone call that she's at a McDonald's, but she woke up in a pile of bark mulch. Like, she pulled over on the side of the road. She didn't drive, but she walked over to a pile of bark mulch and took a nap.
Yeah, well, I don't think I actually went there to nap. I think I went there to be like cranky or whatever, and then I ended up falling asleep.
Well, the bark mulch is really nice and soft.
Oh my god, it was awful. And then the next time I went to the club, the owner
Put bark mulch out front.
mulch out front in case I wanted to take a nap. You know what the funny thing is that this isn't funny. Like, that's not a funny
It's
story.
actually
That's
terrifying.
terrifying.
You could have been abducted.
It's a horrifying story.
But it's so funny that it was you.
And then in the morning when I was waiting there, a policeman pulled up and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I told him, and he was just like, "What?" And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I have my phone. I don't have my purse. And he was just like, "Get in the back of my car." I was like, okay.
Oh, did he take you home?
No, my mom came and got me.
Oh my God. I love that Marie had to pick you up.
Marie's the best.
I'm dying.
Marie has come and gotten me out of some pretty tough situations. She's kind of resigned herself to the fact when I was like 14 that I was going to be a problem.
Oh my God. You are a problem.
I am a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. She said one more time than I wanted to.
Oh. Well, you'll have to come on the radio show soon. Send me your schedule. I'd love to book you on the calendar.
She just
and
said that she's off. She was off tonight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even have a special guest. We have Joe.
What? Joe's the most special guest ever.
I'm just kidding. I've been dying for Joe to do the show. And last week he told us he actually would.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on tonight. And eventually Caitlin will get here. She's late for her own show.
Hey, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
I know. And she missed what she hasn't been on in like 3 weeks.
I know. This was her first time back and she decided hair was more important.
Hey, no, girls got to
Whatever.
pay the bills.
So I don't want to give anything away, but I do want to prepare you guys that are listening for a potential massive Halloween party that I'm going to possibly be throwing. I should know a little bit in the next couple of weeks.
You can't keep anything secret.
I'm not announcing anything else about
Oh
it.
my
I'm not
God.
saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying to prepare yourselves and don't make plans because it's going to be huge.
Is Halloween a Saturday?
It's a Thursday.
So is it going to be on Thursday or is it going to be?
It's going to be on Halloween night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm. Boo.
This would be the first time I don't pass out candy.
Well, you can pass out candy here.
Well, if it's later, I can pass out candy and then go.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what timing it's going to be yet, but I'll let you know
All right.
soon.
And I guess
tell
he's going to let
else.
everyone know. You're going to let a little bit out every week. When you're excited about something, you can't keep it in.
Well, you already know everything.
I know. I always know everything. Wah, wah, wah.
That's true. You're so stupid.
So if we talk about news, and he's not even paying attention.
Joe.
If we talk about the week in news, can you come up with a news thing like?
Yeah, give me like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Okay.
breaking news. Breaking news. So, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Life's a Drag. My name is Monique Too Soon, aka Rob Champion. Tonight, I am not a lady, and I am here with Patty Hurley. Well, I'm mostly
You're
lady.
still more lady than I am.
That's true.
Mhm.
Mm. And I'm here with Patty Mulaney Hurley.
Patty Hurley.
Sorry, Patty Hurley, my co-host.
As of Wednesday.
And intern Joe, and Caitlin will be here eventually. And if she doesn't show up, she's fired.
You said that to me 100 times.
I know.
You've threatened to fire me.
The pink slips are on back
times.
order, and I want to make sure I do it like correctly. But the pink slips have been back
So
ordered.
there's no legal issues.
No, I just
Yeah.
want to make sure I do it correctly.
Okay. Well, Dawn said she's off next Friday.
Next Friday we have Ivy League on the show.
Okay. I thought we had someone.
Yeah, next Friday
That's
we have
Father's
Ivy
Day
League.
weekend, right?
I thought Father's Day is usually around the 20th. It's usually
No,
around my
I think
birthday.
it's the 16th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the 22nd or something
No.
because I was born on Father's Day.
Oh, what a great gift.
Yeah, except my dad left my mom when she was pregnant.
Right. So
Sorry, Dad, if you're listening.
he's not sorry. He's not sorry.
Sometimes he listens. He loves me now. That's all that matters.
That's true.
Channels Television's breaking news.
Breaking news.
See, I was thinking more along the lines like typewriter, like.
Well, then we just got the sound effect.
Well, I'm hoping he come up with something better. He's sitting over there, like grinning, like.
Joseph. I thought it was going to be something like breaking news.
Thank you.
Britney Spears.
All right, you know what? We're just gonna
We
skip
can do
over
a
this
typewriter
tonight.
and music.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is
no.
this
We're
is
just gonna
bad.
skip into
This
it.
is like a 90s
We're very
adult
disappointed
film.
in you.
Yeah, that was like a 90s adult film about a reporter.
I know.
And I can just hear her nails hitting the keys on the keyboard.
Joe, where were you getting that from?
From his Tinder.
Oh, Joey.
I don't have that for a very long time.
Oh, before we get into the news, so I started watching this show a couple of weeks ago by accident. Like I was watching one show and it ended, and then went right into this new show that I'd never seen before.
And like the remote was too far away, and you were just
No,
lazy.
I didn't realize it changed because I was playing a game while watching it, so I didn't realize the show changed. I'm like, wow, this looks like it's in the 90s all of a sudden, so this must be a flashback. Turns out it's a whole new show.
Oh, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, and the show is called Pen 15, which if you write that down on paper, what does it look like? Oh, I can say the word. It's not a bad word, penis. And so that the show is pretty much called Penis, and it's about these two girls that are 13 growing up in the 90s. And it's true stories, and they actually were friends in the 90s, and they decided to write this sitcom together. And it is so funny.
And they're like adults playing 13-year-olds. That's hysterical.
And what's really funny is I think they're the only adults playing 13-year-olds. I think the other ones are all actual 13-year-olds because there's a makeout scene between one of them and one of the 13-year-olds.
Oh, no.
No. They edit it so good that you never actually see them in the same screen making out.
Oh, my God.
So you don't actually know it's them doing it. So I think that they actually just edited like them separately, like, and then So the show is called Pen 15 and it's on Hulu. It's a Hulu exclusive. It's already been picked up for a second season, but it is hysterical. But it reminded me because they go on the.
Don't point at me when you say that.
I have to. No, not of you. It reminded me of the AOL chat rooms because they actually go into them on there, and her screen name is like Maya blah 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 1984. You remember those?
Oh yeah.
And she gets like a private message from like Juan. And she like, gets so excited.
I
And
love those chat rooms. I would always mess with people.
you'd be like 36.
I'm not. I
single
wasn't a
white
good
female.
person. I am a very good person now, but back then.
Oh my God.
Woo!
Name a time you were a good person.
Like yesterday,
February
I
12th.
stopped for a family of turkeys today. Well, of course, I stopped for any animal.
I was going to say.
I know.
You didn't stop for
don't
my
li- I don't
family when
really
you saw
like-
them crossing the
No,
street.
I don't like people. I like animals.
Yeah, I don't like people either.
Mm-hmm.
Only a few.
Me.
So our breaking news for this week is that a group of 3 men from an organization called Super Happy Fun America have decided to throw a straight pride in Boston.
I wonder if Super Happy Fun America is actually is their letters, but it stands for something a little bit more.
SHFA.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it really stands for something else, and they're just making it say super.
MAGA. So these guys are protesting that they need to have a straight people pride because gay people have a pride, and they are expecting the same treatment that gay pride is getting. Like they want floats, they want the roads blocked off, and the planned date for this event is August 31st.
Well, they can want floats all they want, but the floats are made by the people who are participating, and if there's only a few of them, they're going to have to make their own.
Yeah, and
But I don't think Boston can turn them down.
No, they can't. That's what Boston is saying. Legally,
Right.
they have no ground to stand on. They can't
Right.
say no. But before we get into like why this is so offensive to gay people, we'll get into a couple more things with this. So, on the Super Happy Fun America website, this organization claimed Brad Pitt as a mascot, calling him a hero to straight men around the world. The following day, Pitt requests his name and likely does not be used after catching wind of the situation.
Oh.
So that's the first celebrity to get involved. The second one, Smash Mouth, and they tweeted, "Super Happy Fun America, blank off."
You know what? I don't listen to Smash Mouth, but I'm gonna now.
You know what's funny is I was watching Stephen Colbert talk about this, and he went on their he went on their Twitter while he was talking about it and followed them. Just for saying F off to this group.
I'm gonna join. I'm not even on Twitter, but I will be now, and I will follow them.
And follow Smash Mouth. Like, they're gonna have a comeback now. And then one of my other favorite quotes was from Chris Evans, who is Captain America.
I love him.
Oh my God, he's
he
so
is
gorgeous.
So handsome.
Isn't he gorgeous, Joe?
What do you think?
He's pretty tall. I don't watch superhero movies. I haven't even seen the new one.
Oh, it was so boring. Don't go see it. It was 3 hours long, and the first 2 hours was like
I haven't
sad.
seen it, but I'm still going to.
Ugh. I love all of those movies, like with my heart. And this one, I was like, oh my God, it is so dragged out.
Well.
So, and Chris Evans said, "Wow, cool initiative, fellas. Just a thought. Instead of straight pride parade, how about this? The desperately trying to bury your own gay thoughts by being homophobic because no one taught us how to access our emotions as a children's parade. What do you think? 2 on the nose?" And that's exactly what Chris Pratt said.
Evans.
Chris Evans. Oh, Chris Pratt's hot too.
He is a good looking man.
Yeah. But Chris Evans said that, and I love him so much even more.
It's Captain America. Hello.
When he rips that log open in that Avengers movie, do you remember that one? Where he like picks up a log and like rips it in half.
No, I don't remember.
Oh,
that
it's
scene.
a GIF. I'm gonna send it to you, girl. I watch it over
okay.
and over. He just rips this log open in a tight t-shirt.
You know, I have to admit that in those Avenger movies, Jeremy Renner is my man.
He's the odd looking one.
It's the guy with the bow and arrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
He's rumored to be getting a show on the new Disney streaming service.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for Hawkeye.
I had a serious crush on him when he did The Hurt Locker.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a war movie.
Do they have a non-Hurt Locker?
No.
Oh.
No, it's always got a hurt in the locker.
Yeah, is it like the Fight Club?
Mm-hmm.
We should start a Fight Club.
Okay.
Why are we so off subject all the time?
Okay, I don't know.
We went from straight pride to the Fight Club.
We're not at your house. Remember that. We have to remember that.
So, and some news places have been doing research on this group, Super Fun Happy America, and have discovered that they are actually like scary, riotty people. Like they like to start riots and all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, anyone that is mean or violent or hateful in a way will be drawn to this.
Yeah, so I've heard rumors too that a bunch of drag queens are going to show up to the event and be like, "I love straight men."
Yeah, I'm not sure how.
That's
I think
probably not
I
super
think that
safe.
I think that these people need to be ignored. I think they're getting more attention than they deserve. You're talking about a handful of, poor, like not poor as in money, but just really unintelligent people who do not have an open mind and cannot grasp why they're so stupid.
Right.
So I don't even think that the people should be giving them attention. They're all over the news. This is exactly what they want.
Yeah, exactly. And it's offensive to gay people because gay people have pride parades because they had to fight for their rights. And that's what pride is all about. It's us celebrating the fact that we've made movements as a group of people. And straight white men have never not had rights.
And I think that
they've never had to fight for anything.
There's an underlying feeling amongst a lot of people that if one person is celebrating who they are, it takes away from them. But if in a real what society should be about supporting each other and loving the differences is celebrating everybody. It's like when people talk about Black Lives Matter and then someone goes, well, all lives matter. It's of course all lives matter, but I as a white woman have never had to tell someone I matter. I, as a white straight woman, have never had to tell someone I matter. Don't hit me because I'm straight. Don't beat me because I'm white. Like, I've never had to do that.
Right.
So, but people that say
Police
those
don't
things,
pull you over and immediately
right,
suspect you
And
of
they,
something.
you know,
Well, they
and-
do you, but
I know. Well, police actually do pull me over.
he
usually.
probably has found you. He's probably the guy that found you in the park mulch. He's probably who stole your purse.
Probably.
Yeah, her purse
That was
missing.
such a great purse, and it was like a purple little handbag. But it wasn't. It was a wristlet, and it had this big flower on it. My Christy got it for me. Oh, so sad.
Well,
but anyway, back to the story. And I think that if we just stop trying to take away from other people to feel better about ourselves, and we can actually just celebrate everyone, like, yay for you, that's wonderful. And I'm grateful that I don't need to have a parade. I'm grateful that however many years ago there weren't riots in the street because of straight people. Like, I'm grateful that I've never been beaten for being who I am. I can't even wrap my brain around that because I have never experienced it. I've never experienced discrimination. I've never experienced anything to that level.
No.
And I don't understand why people can't understand that and have to say, well, what about us? We need a parade. Like, be thankful you don't need a parade.
Right.
Be thankful you don't, and show up and cheer people on.
Every day you're a white male, you're celebrated without a parade.
Yeah.
You don't have to fight for your rights.
No, because no one's ever told a straight white man that they can't get married.
Or there's so many things that,
And back in the day, they didn't even allow a white
Adopting a
man to marry a black lady.
Right.
Like, they had to fight for their rights.
Right.
So, like, I just don't get it. I can't.
It's infuriating, and it's sad that our country has come to this. Like, I feel like every year, like, things are just getting worse and worse with, like, what things that we thought were getting better are starting to get worse again, like discrimination against gay people.
I hear it now in this area more than in the last couple of years than I've heard it in my life.
Seriously.
And you see it. You see it on the news all the time, and people get angry. So, let's say that a police officer does something that's wrong. Every other police officer in the world defends them and is like, if you're not with us, you're against us. And I think everyone has that standpoint. If you don't agree with me, then you're against me, and I can't like you. But the thing is, there's common ground in any profession. There's bad interns, and then there's good interns like Joey. And then
I love that she looked at you when she said
pointed me
bad.
for both. Yeah, what was that?
No, well, I was
bad
making
and
my
good.
point. And there's bad radio show hosts, and then there's good radio show hosts, and then
There's good ones right here.
but there's bad doctors. There are bad doctors. There's bad policemen. There's bad teachers. Like, if you can't say
There's a lot of bad
unequivocally
people.
there's no bad, that no policeman is racist. You can't say that. So
Mhm.
just try and understand where that other person or other group of people is coming from. Don't sit there and say that they're wrong when you've never had to face that yourself.
As a straight man, Joe, what do you think of straight pride? Are you going?
I'm probably not. I'm just gonna go fishing or something.
Oh, okay. Is that
Yeah.
your version of pride?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
My husband took my son fishing tonight.
Oh, so cute.
I know. I'm going to go the next time because I want to see him catch a
His
fish.
pictures that he posted of him and Zay with the fishing, and then I was like, why am I not surprised Rob's not in any of these
I was
pictures?
in bed.
You gotta get up early to go fishing.
I know. I was in bed. I was tired. That was my sleep-in day after the ghost hunting trip, and I was like, oh, I need this sleep so bad.
I know, but Danny it doesn't matter how tired Danny is. Like, he wants those pictures. He wants to.
Yeah, I think Danny can live off of less sleep than me too, though.
Oh, he absolutely can.
I'm one of those people that really needs a full 8 hours. Or
I know. And
a
they
bee.
celebrate people. They'll be like, oh, they only need 5 hours of sleep. They're so motivated. They're so
That's
energetic. And I'm
discrimination.
like, what about people like me that just need 10 hours of sleep? Like,
I need
I'm just
12.
assumed to be lazy.
You
I mean,
are.
besides the fact that I'm actually lazy, but it's
Oh,
not
I
because
saw
of that.
something on Facebook where they were like, yeah, they celebrate people for going to bed early, but what about the people that, no, they celebrate people for going to bed early, but not people who sleep in late. Like, what's the difference?
This is discrimination.
It is.
I
It's-
want a sleep parade.
Exactly.
Hmm.
If you're just tuning in, we are You're listening to Life's a Drag. I am Monique Too Soon, aka Rob Champion, and I am here with Patricia Hurley and Joe LeBlanc. And we were discussing straight pride. Now we're going to kind of give you a little herstory from what is gay pride and exactly why do we have a pride and what brought this event about. So in June 28th, 1969, there was an event that sparked a controversy, and it was called the Stonewall Riot. What Stonewall was a club, and police raided it because it was taboo to have gay clubs back then, and they would regulate them, and they would go into them and tell everyone they had to leave, and the gays weren't allowed to be there and whatnot. So the police raided, and it sparked a whole bunch of protests, and allegedly bricks were thrown by two drag queens, Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera. And this protest actually gained national attention for gay rights, and that's how gay rights started to come about, because we were being harassed for being out with our own kind and celebrating and
at some
just
point
socializing.
There's only so much people can take before they fight back.
Yeah, and I know I looked a lot online at this because I've heard so many different versions of this story, and I read an article that was recently posted, like in the last month, by the Washington Post, and they said that they're still saying allegedly threw bricks. And there's no, they're also saying that they don't know the real story of Stonewall because no one's ever given a really good detailed version of it. So we just have what we've learned piece by piece.
Back then, they didn't have, stupid people everywhere with their video cameras out watching people get beaten and just videotaping it and not helping.
Yeah. So because of the Stonewall riot, after that happened, a year later, we had our first Gay Liberation Day parade, which was held in New York City in 1970. And soon after that, other large cities followed. I believe LA and New York City, not New York, Boston were soon to follow. And then...
So it really became a celebration of the start of a movement.
Yes. And that's what the Stonewall riots did. They set the path for us to start fighting for our rights. And then
that's where the pride comes. Sorry, but that's where the pride comes from.
Right.
That's why it's not called the 30th annual, gay parade. The pride is from getting that ball moving and fighting and standing up for who you are and just being who you are, whether you're in the closet or out of the closet. Like, everyone should be happy with who they are.
Right.
Sorry.
So
I won't do it anymore.
8 years after that,
but
first Gay Liberation Day march, they started using the rainbow flag as a symbol of gay pride. So in 1978, that's when that happened. In the year 2000, so now we're skipping ahead 22 years later. In the year 2000, President Bill Clinton declared June as Gay and Lesbian Pride Month. And it eventually became LGBT Pride Month under President Obama in 2009. So Bill Clinton was the first president to declare that June be Pride Month.
And here we are, 20 years later, still having to deal with straight people going, why don't we have a straight parade?
Right. And in 2015, the Supreme Court under Obama, of course, legalized gay marriage equality, which was a huge moment for us. And
it was shameful that it took that long.
So this fact came with this article. I don't want to get too political, but I'm just going to read the fact and let it be.
You can't do that to me because I'm going to bite it and then I'm going to
run
run
down
crazy.
the road.
Okay.
Don't go crazy
I'm
because
glad you warned me.
Patty is very, very politically going to go after you if you don't know what you're talking about.
Especially if you don't know what you're talking about.
Our current president and no Republican president have ever recognized Pride Month. Not a single Republican president and our current president have yet to recognize June as Gay Pride Month.
I believe that our current president said something about how he thanks the LGBT community for their contributions to this great nation.
Oh, he thanked them?
He did that, I think, last week or the week before.
After he told trans people they can't be in the military?
Well, I was being a little bit facetious, but he did say that. Everyone jumped on it because his record does not reflect that he appreciates anyone at all.
No, I know when the election was happening that someone threw him a gay pride flag and he held it up
upside down
at a rally, and he held it upside down. So it just goes to show that he doesn't even know what he's talking about. His
not
vice
when it, not when it
president-
comes to this. I think that he rides the Christian, the
Value.
very conservative Christian groups, because they're the ones that are keeping all this going and keeping up all the he wants to
Yeah.
keep them happy.
Yeah, and I don't know what I was going to say.
Were you scared? Were you afraid that I was going to be like,
No,
wow.
no, not at all. But and our current vice president is pro conversion camp.
Yes,
He's pro electrocuting the gay out of you,
right, correct.
which is so disgusting to me that anybody
think
can
it's-
think that's a good idea.
A lot of states are starting to outlaw it.
Yeah, because they're trying to bring it back in some states.
I know.
They're in Michigan.
The
They
things
are.
that people are fighting for on state levels and these days are things that we thought were put to bed years ago, decades ago.
And now we're refighting for them because we have that far right going after us again.
Right.
And one thing that really annoyed me is I saw that, I don't know how long ago it was, but Michigan actually gave EMTs permission not to do anything to a gay person if they have a gay person in the EMT. And that is not what they
Well,
agreed
that's
with.
part of the religious liberty that they passed, is that you don't have to
Provide service
provide
to
service
a homosexual.
to, if they
But if a
or to
homosexual
anyone.
is dying and you can just let them die, that's pretty messed up.
Well, the part about the religious liberty that I don't think a lot of people understand is that if they are anything that you are is against their religious beliefs. So an unwed mother is this,
Mhm.
and I don't think that people realize that. Unwed mothers, divorced. If you're divorced, that's against far right conservative
But when
views.
it's one of them, they don't care.
When it's not one of them, you mean?
No, when it is one of, I've seen people who are that. I call it cuckoo bananas. And I've seen people who are that way, and they've been through so many of these things that they're so against, and they still preach that they're against them, but they've gone through them.
Well, I think
But it's
that,
okay because they went through it.
I think that a lot of the reason why religion has a bad name these days is because a lot of people cherry pick. And they preach about something that is in the Bible, and then there's a lot in the Bible that can be interpreted, and so they pick what they want to actually enforce, and then the other stuff is gray area. Almost nobody I know who is Christian or Catholic went to their wedding bed a virgin.
No, I don't. Yeah, no.
So
and every Christian that I know, well, except for the ones that hated on me in January, like I have friends who are Christian and they are super gay supportive, and those to me are real Christians. Christians are supposed to love everybody.
Well, that was kind of what Jesus did, right? So if you actually believe in this man, then and you follow his life path, then that's what you should be.
If he created this all, why shouldn't we all be loved
Correct.
as the same, as equal?
Yeah.
So one thing about me with religion is I have a hard time believing in religion because I have a hard time following the fact that people are so devout to a book that is bajillions and eons of years old. Like we won't even use an encyclopedia from the 80s for information, but we're using a book from billions of years ago.
Well, and it's
To
man,
hate
it's
people.
a man wrote it. Not this man Jesus. Men wrote it
But how
over.
confirmed is this information?
I think it's from letters and documents and what have you, but I don't think that this man didn't write the book himself. Jesus didn't write the book himself. This is a book that men wrote over a period of years and then changed it when it was convenient for them. I mean, that's what happens. It's just what is happening in government today. They're interpreting the laws and what they believe in, and they're putting the Bible into laws, which is so wrong. But they're interpreting it because that's how they feel the country should be run in.
Mhm.
And they did the same thing, I believe, when they were writing the Bible. I think that it was a lot of years, a lot of different hands in the basket. And if they wanted people to behave a certain way, they just kind of tweaked it a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, I'm certainly not a historian when it comes to religion.
Yeah,
but
I can't give anything about religion because I really don't follow anything.
I
about
very
it.
much believe in spiritualism and just being,
Dead people.
yes.
Yeah, me too. I love dead people.
I love dead people. I believe that if you
Ghosts.
you're-
Let's not be confused with dead bodies. We love ghosts.
I don't know. I kind of like the dead body thing too. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my God, you're so weird.
That goes along with my wanting to be able to burn people with my eyes.
Yeah. Let's change the subject.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give you one final quote. This is going around Facebook like really a lot right now, and it's a meme, and this just says it all to me about why gay pride is so important and why it's offensive.
Okay.
Gay pride was not born of a need to celebrate being gay, but our right to exist without persecution. So instead of wondering why there isn't a straight pride movement, be thankful you don't need one.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Absolutely.
Next subject. So
dead people.
It really is though. So if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Life's a Drag. This hour is flying by.
I know.
Like flying by. So we have another subject that I wanted to talk about because I love a Caribbean vacation.
Oh no.
So, and this topic is about the deaths that have been happening in the Dominican. Have you been paying attention to this at all, Joe? So there's a resort, and the name of the resort is, I wrote it down on here. So, it's Bahia Principe Resort. And it's multiple different resorts. There's more than one in the Dominican. There's quite a few of them, actually.
Do you know which one these happened at?
That's the name of it.
Oh.
It's called the Bahia Principe Port Group.
Do you know where in the Dominican?
Punta Cana.
We weren't right next to Punta Cana, were
No,
we?
we were like 4 hours away from there.
Oh, really?
The Dominicans, that island's a lot bigger than we think it is because it's also attached to Cuba.
Oh, I thought the resort.
Oh, wait,
that
is it
we
attached to Cuba?
I don't. I thought the resort that we was near us was at Punta Cana, but
Wait, what's attached to the Dominican?
I don't know.
I thought it's Cuba, isn't it? Cuba is half the island in Cuba. I think it is. I think
Cuba.
it's Cuba and the
Cuba.
Dominican is one island.
Oh, well, let's get to the people dying.
Yeah. So 3 people have died at this resort in the same 5-day period.
Oh, no.
I'm
doing your job over here with the sound effects.
And police are looking.
The Dominican Republic is attached to Haiti.
Haiti, that's it. I knew it was attached to something. I didn't know what.
You're like wicked smart.
I'm so smart. I was like, wait, it's not Cuba because Cuba's a single island, but maybe I'm wrong. But no, it's Haiti. I forgot.
I always second guess myself. Oh, someone named Daniel Mustafa knew it was Haiti. Oh, my sister knew it was Haiti.
Mustafa.
Oh, and then Danny said yes, Cuba.
Of course, my husband said Cuba. When I talked to Danny, I'm not even going to get into that, actually. Okay. So the Dominican deaths, back to them.
Okay.
3 Americans have died in the same resort in the last 5 days.
Bum, bum, bum.
Police are looking into CM, which is carbon monoxide, or gas leaks, but people don't think that's the problem.
Oh my God, what do they think is the problem?
So Maria Warner collapsed and died on May 25th after having a drink from her minibar. They found her dead in the hotel room.
Well, she was pretty crazy anyway for even opening the minibar. That is expensive.
No, it's free on these resorts.
Never mind.
It's all inclusive. I think it is, at least.
Oh, I love a free minibar.
Me too.
Joe, can we get one in here?
Hey, we're going to finish
I'm
the
sorry,
story.
I'm
We
sorry,
only
I'm
have 12 minutes.
Okay.
Stop talking to Joe about the minibar, you alcoholic.
No, we can't.
Okay.
we should have a minibar in
you're
here.
such
But back to the story.
Okay.
So Maria Warner died on May 25th after having a drink from the minibar. On May 30th, Edward Holmes and Cynthia Day were found dead. All of these people had lung failure involving fluid as well as other similar conditions. Tourism officials have maintained that the deaths are not related, even though it's pretty fishy that they're all dying of the same thing in the same place, like the same resort.
Did they have fluid in their lungs like they were drowned or?
It says involving fluid and other similar conditions. And some of the conditions were heart related, like cardiac related too.
Totally poison.
Yeah. So, and then a year ago, Yvette Monique Sport, who is 51, she has my name as a middle name.
Oh, I was going to say, are you related?
She died last year at a different location in Punta Cana from the same circumstances. And her family reported that she had a sports drink from the minibar and then went to bed and never woke up.
Oh.
So that's 4 people that have died after investigating their minibars in Punta Cana. And so I was watching actually Fox News, which I don't typically watch because they don't usually tell the truth. And
yeah, I was going to say, why would you watch that?
But so there was a doctor on Fox News talking about this, and he was stating that he doesn't think the deaths are related to carbon monoxide or gas leaks at all. He actually thinks the deaths are related to poisoning because all of these people have symptoms of poisoning. And he thinks the poisoning is being caused by botulism, opioids, fentanyl, or arsenic. And he's encouraging that the glasses be checked.
Wow.
The FBI and the CDC are getting involved, and they're going to help be doing this investigation along with the people of the Dominican as well.
And where was it that a week or so ago, a woman was like
Beaten to crap
almost to
and
death.
left in like a gutter or something.
Yeah, is that the Dominican
And they didn't
too?
find her for 7 hours.
Was that the Dominican too?
It was the Dominican.
Something's going on there.
Well, you want to hear another fact that they don't publicly say, but they brought it up on the news tonight?
I was gonna say, but they told you.
I got this from my inside source, Jose Rodriguez. No, just kidding. So this was all in the news as well. So this is a fact that they were like, this is scary to say, and obviously the tourism control people don't like to hear this comment, but 105 Americans have died in the Dominican since 2002.
Oh. Well, that's 17 years.
That's more than shark attacks.
17 years, but 105 people.
Wow.
Is that just Americans or people?
Americans.
So there's probably more people that died than just that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone goes to these resorts.
And so
not me, not now.
We thought we
Right.
were unsafe at a house, and now
so
look
we
at
actually we went to the Dominican and we had this castle
Mm-hmm.
with this giant wraparound pool, and it was beautiful. And we got there, we were so excited.
So exciting. But then there was a man standing out front with an automatic weapon.
Yeah, we had a
was
14-year-old
security
boy.
guard, right?
Yeah, a 14-year-old boy with a machine gun
Mhm.
sitting on our front steps all night long while we were sleeping.
Mhm.
If that doesn't scare the crap out of you, why do we need a machine gun guy?
I don't know
Because the people coming to your house have machine guns too.
Oh my God, I
know,
would have died.
and the only part of the trip that anyone was even remotely assaulted was the palm leaf from the palm tree that came and smacked Rob in the face when it got windy.
We got
It's
like
the
a hurricane wind and a palm front
best-
flew off a tree and slapped me in the face.
You heard the slap from like across the room. He was out on the deck, and all of a sudden you just hear slap, and then you hear a girl, and it was him, obviously.
And I had like a mark on my face from this palm front. It like flew off a tree from the sky.
It's the best part of that vacation.
Yeah, I think the best part of that trip is when we all started to get diarrhea on the same day
I did not.
and throwing up.
I never got sick.
Like half of the group. Wait, I almost threw up.
This is my life.
So half the group that we went with, we don't know if we got water sick or if we ended up getting like a bug or something, but half of us were like diarrhea and puking on the last day of the trip.
Yeah,
And
it
some
was
of us
pretty
flew
gross.
home with those symptoms.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and we don't know if it's because we drank ice cubes at breakfast that day. We don't know what caused it, or maybe we had a problem.
Maybe someone was trying to poison us. Although our house manager seemed nice.
Yeah.
The dude that drove us all around.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I didn't think the island felt safe. I was very depressed by it. I didn't really love.
When we went out driving
probably my
around, I
worst
was very
trip.
afraid.
Yeah, it was my very worst vacation, except for like the main parts of it. Like the waterfall thing was really fun
And beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd never go back.
I don't think that people are going to be going to. If I had a reservation at this resort,
Oh, you'd be canceling
I
it.
would be canceling it. I would
Right.
even lose my refund.
They're encouraging people not to cancel and to just be safe and be aware
How
of
do
your
you be
surroundings.
safe if someone has rigged your glass with
Right.
poison?
Right.
It's
Just don't drink anything the whole time you're
oh,
there.
that's brilliant. Then we'll all die. Then you'll die from dehydration.
Joe, the door's shut downstairs.
Is Caitlin outside?
Yeah, she just texted me and said she's down there. She's.
I'll go let her in.
Thank you.
There's 10 minutes left. There's 8 minutes left of the show.
No, there's like less than that probably. So, so another person from Colorado announced that they are filing a lawsuit against the same resort company because they allegedly fell ill because of pesticides while staying there.
Oh my.
Yeah, and they're seeking $1 million after the resort refused to name the chemical they were using to garden.
Oh.
So what if this whole time what they are using as gardening chemicals is actually causing people to get sick and die?
I think if it was the chemical in that, it would be a lot more people.
That's true.
I feel like this is probably someone that works there or probably someone that hates Americans. I mean, that's prevalent around the world these days.
Especially in Mexico.
Well, yeah, it's we're not liked. We're not well liked around the world like we used to be. You know, they don't look to us as like, oh, Americans, first world, leaders. Blah, blah, blah.
Now we're embarrassing.
Now we're embarrassing. Yeah.
Yep. So,
but I do. It's got to be somebody. Someone's behind it.
The guy from the doctor that was commenting about this on the news was saying that the Dominican is a very birdy island too, so it's very possible because some people are saying, what if it's an illness that is spreading?
Oh,
And
like a
he's
bird
saying-
flu or
yeah,
something?
and he's saying he doesn't see that as the case because more people would be going down
Right.
really quickly. But he said that you should be very careful of birds on islands like that too because you can get sick from them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you can get
Yeah.
sick from the animals and
Yeah, you can, and like they talk about making sure that you wash everything that you eat, like when you're talking about like fresh produce and fresh fruit, and even drinking bottled water constantly.
yeah. But
like,
when we were in the Dominican, they also told us not to wash our fruit with the water.
right, you
And
you
not
wash it with
rinse
the
our
bottled
salad.
water.
They
You-
were telling us not to get salads or anything off the resorts and whatnot because you could get sick from the water being rinsed on there. Hi, Caitlin. Caitlin's here, guys.
Better late than never.
I know you came for the last 5 minutes. I can't believe you. I would have just said stay home. How was work?
Nonstop. Oh gosh, but I'm good. I'm done. I'm like locking up. This woman comes over, of course. She's like, "Oh, you give haircuts? I'm picking up dinner. You know, wanted to check you out." I'm like, "All right, I'll grab a brochure." Like,
Oh, no.
I'm like, "I gotta go."
That's so funny. I'm glad you made it.
Thanks.
We were talking about straight pride and then we were talking about the deaths in the Dominican.
Oh, the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, Caitlin went to the Dominican last year.
Hey,
In
quiz.
December.
What's attached to the Dominican Republic?
Are you asking me specifically?
Oh yeah, we already all know.
What other country
we
is
all,
attached
we all
to the
knew
Dominican?
it. So
I don't know. What is it?
Haiti.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
thought
I
it was
didn't know it was
Cuba.
attached.
Yeah,
No, I
half
know.
the island is the Dominican and half the island is Haiti.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a bunch of little islands. That's why.
No,
Like
it's
St.
one big
Martin's
island.
one, St. Lucia. Like
No,
all those.
St. Martin is tiny compared to the Dominican.
Really?
You can drive around the whole island of St. Martin in an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that
I
small?
think we've done it in less time than that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
like an hour. You can drive a full circle around the island and look at the whole beach in like an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
The Dominican, where we stayed, was 4.5 hours from Punta Cana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that. The Dominican's huge.
That's how ours was. I think we stayed in Santo Domingo,
Oh.
and it was all right.
Did you get the Santa Clarita diet while you were there?
No, thank God.
Caitlin's been watching Pen 15. We talked a little bit about Pen 15 earlier.
Yes,
It's so ridiculously
it's
funny.
hilarious. But it's like real life, like situations that these poor girls go through in middle school.
You almost feel gross watching it because of what these
You're, like,
teenage girls are
violating their
doing.
privacy.
Yeah. But it is so good. Oh, you know what I'm watching right now? Speaking of poisoning, the Chernobyl show on HBO. Me and Danny started watching it, and oh my god, I'm having heart attacks.
Is it a show or is it like a
It's-
documentary?
No, it's a TV show made about the Chernobyl incident.
Oh.
It makes me so nervous that we have a power plant in Hampton Beach.
Yep.
Like I don't ever want to go to Hampton Beach ever again
What?
because this movie is terrifying.
Yeah, there's a lot of natural
You
disasters
better watch
that can
yourself,
happen around
Kim.
here.
You're
Mhm.
going to end up with 4 boobs at some point from all the radiation up there.
Oh my
I'm sure the fish already have like 5 or 6 eyes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Caitlin, for showing up. Thank you, Patty.
Thanks.
Thank you, Joe, for being our special guest. And thank you guys all for listening. Pride tickets are available at www.moniquetoosoon.com. And we will see you here next week at the same time, 8 p.m. on Life's a Drag on WSMN 1590. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.